for George Floyd.
Yes.
He began to do interviews countrywide. I saw him on Good Morning America, Today Show, all over CNN.
Yep.
He became a national voice, speaking literally for his quote-unquote twin. And now I want to put his life in perspective. Remember, something that happened to our man Stephen Jackson when he was 16 in Port Arthur, Texas. His 23-year-old half-brother got jumped and beaten to death, and Stephen was not there for him. And he'll tell you to this day, that's his biggest regret in life. I wasn't there to fight for him and defend him.
Right.
So at heart, he is a defender by nature.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
If you're his guy, he's going to fight for you.
He'll
He'll
ride
be
with you.
there.
Right.
He will be there. And he will fight to the death for you.
Yep.
So what happened that night? What became known as the Malice in the Palace.
Right.
Indiana at Detroit. Ron Artest goes up in the stands to get even with the guy who threw a cup of Coke on him or whatever it was. And who's first to his side?
Right.
Who flew into the picture? Stephen Jackson.
That's not even his fight.
Woo.
But he ran there. Oh.
He flew into the picture up in the stands with fists flying.
Yes.
He is going to be there for his man,
Yes.
Ron Artest.
Yep.
And it cost Stephen 30 games.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't regret one game that he missed because he was doing the right thing
Right.
for his teammate
Right.
who was doing the wrong thing. So
Correct.
here this
Right.
is sort of a similar situation.
Correct.
But he was with the Spurs, my Spurs twice, and Tim Duncan called him the ultimate teammate.
Right.
That's Tim Duncan, one of the greatest players ever, one of the great leaders, quiet leaders in the
Right.
history of the sport, saying that man is the ultimate teammate because he would have your back.
Yes.
On, off the court. If somebody messed with Tim Duncan, they were going to have to explain it and deal with it to our man Stephen Jackson,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And he became a leader of the Spurs, even though he was seen as a little bit against the grain. But he was always going the right direction against the grain.
Right.
So here we have him thrust into the national spotlight, and he began to take his new calling very seriously. He became a zealot for Black Lives Matter in the greatest way possible. He is a powerful speaker. When I saw him at that rally in Minnesota speak off the top of his head, I said, that he's got a gift.
Correct.
Shannon Sharpe has a gift. So you're linked in that way, in that both of you have become very powerful voices, you with a bigger stage at this moment, but Stephen acquiring a big stage.
Correct.
This is all new to him, man. It's not new to Shannon Sharpe. You've been on TV for a long time.
Yep.
You understand that you are walking through something of a minefield here,
Correct.
and you have to know, I can walk strong here,
Right.
but if I step over there, I'm going to step on a
And
landmine.
many of them looking for you to slip up.
They are.
Looking for that one thing, Skip. And that's what I told him. I said, Stack, you have to understand, there are many are called, but few are chosen. George, I mean, there was 30, since then, there probably been 30, 40 black men that's been killed at the hands of police. But none of them had the impact like George.
No.
So that means you were chosen for this.
Yeah.
I said, Stacks, when people look at you, there are a lot of people that's on the other side. They look at you and look at your background. You see, that was a lot of people trying to discredit Malcolm X because his background wasn't like Dr. King. Dr. King came up in the church. He was a pastor at a very young age. He was very well versed. And then look at Malcolm X. Oh, you were a pimp. You were a hustler. You went to prison. Why am I gonna listen to you? The same thing, Stack. They look at your background. They look at what you did in the Malice of the Palace, and they look at your situation. They're like, huh? No. It took all that to formulate Stephen Jackson. Now, Stacks, let me tell you. Now, doubling down on this, you're wrong twice. You could have easily made this point, not mention, say, look, because you have to understand now, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. You're going to be held accountable for your words.
Right. And remember, to your point, as you well know, the stronger you speak out, the stronger they will come at you.
Exactly. So I said, all you had to do is say what Deshaun was trying to say is that the blacks, the